Hello, I'd like to help you practice drawing a realistic animal. I have a picture of a lion here. It's laminated, sorry about the glare, but just trying to help you with proportions, knowing where to do the eyes, the nose, the mouth. And one thing that helps is to kind of compare things to each other, and I'll do that as I'm drawing. Like the size of one eye is the size of about half its nose. And it looks like the eyes are pretty much lined up with each other. And even like humans, the middle of this eye does line up with the corner of its mouth. So those little comparisons that you can do will help you draw a realistic animal. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to keep it kind of light and sketchy, so that way you can erase and change. And I'm looking back and forth a lot, kind of marking where I might want to put the eye. Maybe not. Let's see how the size goes here, and that's probably the nose. It's chin, just kind of a light sketch for the size. And then I can always go back and change it easily if it's light. And I'm trying to do this without the mane. I'm just going to kind of draw where the short area for his face, where the short fur is. All right. So let's see, it kind of dipped in, and in this area, I think the eye kind of goes here. And then the nose kind of goes out a little further than I drew it, because it looks like this eye kind of goes about there. And then it curves out, and maybe the nose. Okay, let me double check sizes here. How big the eye is. It's like 2 noses, okay? And how far over does this nose go? It goes further, kind of in between the 2 eyes. So it does go further over, so maybe not quite that far. And then have it kind of curved down. Looks like this curve goes further out than the eye is. So I probably need to change that to go a little further out. And then this middle of the nose goes down to the mouth. And then we've got that smile. Looks like a happy lion. Maybe I'm making it too happy. There we go. Oh, that looks cartoony. Don't want cartoony for this project. I'm kind of going in and looking at some of the details. That's just how I like to do it. Maybe some of you like to do the basic shapes. I know there's a worksheet you worked with. You can kind of break things down into basic shapes, or you can do like I'm doing, one line at a time for one shape at a time. And this eye is over here. And then I could figure out where the other eye is. Because remember I said the corner of his mouth. If that's where the corner, I might have gone out a little too far. Yeah, easy to erase if I draw light. So his other eye might be about here. And I like to add in pupils because it brings it to life. And I can start looking at the mane. The mane is, wow, that's a lot of hair. And for this furry animal project, it is fun to draw that hair. So look at the length and the direction. It's kind of sticking up here. It gets a little bit longer. Be careful I don't end up doing neat little rows. Sometimes it's easy to get caught up in that and you start doing neat little rows of fur, but the fur is more irregular. We start to get a few lines in the same direction, and look at the fur. It gets really high up here. And then when I look at the fur on the face, it's much shorter, and it usually moves from the middle of the face out. So I like to start around the eyes. Here, I'll get in up close a little bit here. looking at the fur around the eye, and it kind of goes from the inside out. Ooh, it gets really short here. I should do shorter lines. And then it starts to get longer again here where his mane is. And just really look back and forth a lot and try to capture the fur. Ooh, it gets really short on his nose, kind of goes down. And keep looking back and forth at your animal. Because if you're trying to draw what the animal looks like, you want to keep looking at it. I do kind of jump around and I do different areas when something catches my eye on the fur. And then just practice the length and the direction of some of the fur on this rough draft. And if you're struggling with this, there is a way to, like a shortcut on getting the proportions on your final. So a shortcut could be to scribble on the back, and you could trace it onto your scratch board. You can also do a print off of your animal, make sure you can see the fur really good. But if you scribble on the back like we've done for other projects, scribble on the back, blurry, still blurry, oh, just scribbling. Scribble, scribble, scribble on the back, like fill it up. Then when you put this on your scratch board, everything, line it up. Everywhere where you press, it'll get that graphite mark will stick to your scratch board. So you can kind of trace on the basic proportions and the basic shapes if that helps alleviate some stress for you. You want to pick an animal you enjoy and enjoy your project. Happy drawing!